Okay, we're now turning in this Democratic primary race to non-100% white states like Iowa and New Hampshire. And some of the candidates have had an issue with sort of broadening their appeal outside of people who look just like them. So I'm not saying that's why some of these quotes I'm gonna show you have been made, but it's not a big leap to imagine that that might be. So I want you to take a look at Pete Buttigieg at an event in the past week.
So much for the chance to join you. Gracias por invitarnos para hablar this evening. And I bring greetings from South Bend.
Yeah, you should bring those greetings back to South Bend, okay? And then study up on the Spanish. It sounded okay in the beginning, but when you fall apart like that and then like you can't like go in a different direction in the same language, you just sort of stop. It sounds to me, and we've talked about this, as if that was a specific thing that you had memorized. And look, I am not great with languages. I've taken a few languages. I spoke some French, I spoke some Arabic. I don't remember much of it. I also don't go around talking about myself as like polyglot or whatever.
Greetings from South Bend. Kind of craziness.
Yeah, so that probably is not gonna help.
But even when it's done and they're trying to polish it, it looks rehearsed. We can tell like the authenticity of it just isn't there. If it's not authentic, don't even try it because authenticity is a thing. You can't fake authenticity because people who are really in that position know, they can feel it. I used to speak Spanish fluently. I've forgotten significant amounts of it. I passed as a Spanish speaker with native Spanish speakers. I was down in San Diego and I was talking to them, and these like 13-year-old kids, I was working with my pops, and I was just going back and forth with them, and they stopped and they were like, they said, "You Puerto Rican?" And I was like, "No." So like they couldn't figure out what my background was because I was speaking it that well. That's authenticity for doing it because I was immersed in the culture enough that I was thinking in Spanish. If that's happening, use it there. But if you're trying to recite some lines, people who know it they will see it and they'll call you out on it.
And again, like with the criticism of Klobuchar about using experience as your thing, but then not actually having it manifest and knowing what's going on. Like he got like 6 months of positive coverage just speaking a bunch of languages. Like that we're gonna be more critical of that sort of flub. If I did it, nobody's surprised, but I don't say that I'm great with languages. However, what you just saw there is going to look not quite so bad for Pete Buttigieg in comparison to how some other candidates are attempting to establish their credibility. Understand, this was at, I believe it was at the Culinary Union meeting in Nevada. We're right, like it's just about to happen. Here is Amy Klobuchar apparently attempting to sort of bridge that gap.
So let me tell you first about me. My name is Amy, and when I took Spanish in 4th grade, my name was Elena. They gave me the name me llamo Elena because I couldn't roll my R's very, very well, and so it was E-L-E-N-A. And I am just first. My story is this.
Don't do that.
Like who cares? You know what?
Seems really bad.
My Spanish name in school was Javier. Who cares? I could roll my R's, so that means I'm qualified to be president. Who cares? Many people couldn't roll their R's, some could. What difference does that make?
Look, at the possible risk of me looking really stupid here, I get that she was like, hey, I'm Amy Klobuchar, but I took Spanish once when she's surrounded by a bunch of people who speak Spanish, which sort of bothers me. But then the story doesn't make any sense to me because yes, I get that you take a class when you're growing up and they give you a different name or whatever. So your name is Amy and you can't roll your R's, fine, a lot of people can't. So Klobuchar has an R in it, I get that. But they didn't change your last name, they changed your first name, which doesn't have any R's in it.
Yeah, I still don't know.
So I don't get the story.
Yeah, I don't know where the rolling R's came from. I was trying to find it. I assumed I was just gonna be the idiot and I didn't get it and be like, I don't want to bring it up because maybe everyone got it and I didn't.
Maybe don't bring up any of that. Don't, that's so weird.
Here's a novel idea. If you're looking to appeal to a certain group of people, don't act like you're in a part of their heritage. Just how about you propose some policies that would actually help their lives? Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what? You can even propose that in English.
No rolled R's required. Required. Okay.
Healthcare.
Okay, that was better. That's how he can pass as a native speaker amongst 13-year-olds. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.